Hello. Very excited to be here. I've been up here all month. I've been away from my wife, and my wife's quite glad about that. She's actually told me to stop talking to the children. And the reason for that is that I've got certain views and opinions, and she doesn't want them soaking them up. For example, I'm really into my conspiracy theories. One of the things that I believe quite strongly is that call centre workers just pretending to be Indian because they can't be asked to help you. Something I strongly believe. I'm into my football. I really like the football. I'm a big fan. My issue with football is how much it costs to go and watch the game. Like, for the price of a single ticket to go and watch a football match, I could take my whole family to a farm park. We could go on the donkeys. We could get lunch and tea. I could go on a tractor. All for the price of a single ticket. And that's why I go and watch the football. Because there is no way I want to do that. The problem for me being a parent is that I've got a very short attention span. Like when my wife was pregnant with our first son, we went along for the scan. They show you this picture, it looks like a walnut, you're supposed to get emotional. The nurse points to the picture and says, "It's a boy, there's his penis." I looked at the picture and I thought, oh my God, that penis looks like an arm. And I don't mean, because he takes after daddy. I mean, it had a hinge. It had a hinge. I'm looking at the picture, I'm thinking, oh my God, what if my son has got a third arm growing out of his waist? Then I start thinking, oh my God, how cool would it be to have a third arm growing out of your waist? I start thinking about that. The nurse carries on talking. She then brings me back into the room by saying, "Would that be okay, Romesh?" Now, I've got no idea if that would be okay or not. I've been thinking about being able to wave at someone while taking a piss. I've got absolutely no idea. But I don't want to look like an idiot, so I just say, yes, that would be okay. And then she writes down, "Romesh, to deliver the placenta." I had no idea you could even do that. I was so confused. I said to her, "Where exactly will I be taking it?" I don't know what you're on about. One of the things is, it's been exciting having exam results come out recently, and it brings me back to my time as a teacher. I used to do exam invigilation. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is where the kids are sitting in the hall doing exams. You've got to walk around, make sure they're not cheating and they've got enough rulers. Incredibly boring. I had to find a way of passing the time. The way that I did this is I played Battleship. Now, how this would work was I'd get a piece of paper and I'd write down on the piece of paper the kid that I thought was the ugliest in the room. Or the kid that I thought was going to be the last one to ever have sex. Then the other teacher would walk through the hall. And they would stop by the kid that they thought I was talking about. And if they got it correct, then they'd sunk my battleship. One of the other things that I found mental about being in schools is because of political correctness, which I agree with, but I do think has gone a little bit bonkers, all textbooks in schools have got to be multicultural. Which means that every single question in every single textbook has got to have a black kid and a white kid in it. Or a white kid and an Asian kid in it. Now, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have wanted to hang out with a kid of another colour if every time I met up with him, he wanted to do bloody maths. The questions you get in these books are amazing, right? You get questions like, Philip thinks that the answer is 8. Dilip thinks that the answer is 10. Which one is correct? And then it could have put his hand up and he'd say, "I think Dilip's correct." And I'd say, "Why?" And he'd say, "Oh, because Asian kids are bods, aren't they?" And actually you have to give him half marks. Ladies and gentlemen, you genuinely have been adequate. So thank you so much. I've been Romesh Ranganathan. Good night.